Hi, I'm JC Xue, Portfolio Manager on the Foord Asia Ex-Japan Fund. I'm sharing the fund update for the second quarter of 2022. The fund outperformed Asian markets in another volatile quarter. Asian equities excluding Japan fell steadily through the quarter, driven by high and accelerating inflation and declining consumer sentiments. Investors oscillated between fear of global central banks being unable or unwilling to remain hawkish long enough to quell inflation, and the fear that rate hikes required to tame inflationary expectations tip economies into recession. Separately, Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine continues to disrupt global energy and grain supplies, while targeted lockdowns in China continue to impact supply chains. These issues are unlikely to be resolved in the near term. Given this backdrop, global central banks may be forced to reduce demand further to prevent inflation from becoming entrenched. Our portfolios have been positioned well to weather what has been the worst first half recorded in global equity markets in over half a century. The Asia Ex-Japan Fund declined 4.4% during the first half of 2022, while Asia Ex-Japan Index declined 16.2%. Contributing positively to fund performance were investments in and allocation to the information technology sector. The fund's underweight position in information technology aided performance as central bank hawkishness and the resultant steady rise of interest rate expectations weighed on valuations within a sector historically heavily reliant on growth. Additionally, several of the fund's Chinese holdings, including TravelSky, Trip.com, JD.com, and Yum China, drove performance. Shares of JD.com, a leading Chinese online retailer, Yum China, the owner and operator of KFC franchise in China, as well as TravelSky and Trip.com, two of China's leading technology providers in the travel sector, all rose as COVID restrictions and quarantine requirements have begun to ease. Furthermore, it is evident that the tightening of the Chinese regulatory environment over the last 18 months, especially within the tech sector, has begun to abate. Detracting from performance was the fund's investment in Sea Limited. Sea owns Garena, a leading gaming business, and Shopee, the leading e-commerce platform in the ASEAN region. The name has been volatile, which offers us an opportunity to participate in its transition from a cash-burning hyper-growth phase to a more moderate growth but highly profitable phase of its development. We remain positive of its long-term prospects given its leadership position across two attractive end markets with structural growth runways. We continue to search for attractive opportunities which we expect to arise from what is likely to be continued volatility in the Asian markets.